Good day, people. My name is Naniki Champoma Prempe, and I am here with,
Mr. Victor Brobbey.
and he is from the National Commission for Civic Education. And today he'll be here with us, giving us some insights and education about what the NCCE is about and what they came to KNUSD to talk to us about. Mr. Brobe, please would like to give us an introduction.
Okay, so maybe I'll do two introductions. I'll talk about the NCC broadly, then I'll discuss the main focus of our program today. The NCC is the National Commission for Civic Education. It's an independent governance institution created by the Constitution, one of the four independent institutions created by the Constitution, the others being the Human Rights Commission of Sraj, the Electoral Commission, the National Media Commission. What the NCCE is tasked with is providing civic education to Ghanaians, to inform Ghanaians and to educate them on what they need to do to become better citizens in a broad range of areas. It can be tax education. It can be in the area of public health. It can be in the area of electoral governance, or it can be in the area of human rights. And so we have district offices throughout the country. We're in every single district, and we have 16 regional offices, and we have over 1,600 staff who are trained to engage in civic education for all Ghanaians. In terms of why we are here today, well, we just had an election. The election went more or less peacefully, but there were concerning trends that arose out of the election that we, as the NCC, feel that we needed to address. One of those trends had to do with the role of the youth. Firstly, it appears that the youth of Ghana seems to be less interested and more cynical about the political process and about political governance in general. And so the turnout amongst the youth this year was abnormally low. The turnout was low throughout the election. I think the turnout this year was about 60% or so. So the turnout was quite bad, but it was particularly bad amongst the youth. And also the youth, in terms of the things that drive less than positive outcomes in the elections, those tend to be focused or done by the youth. So political actors using the youth to engage in violence, using the youth to engage in politically disruptive processes. All this we felt required us to respond by doing programs such as the one we did today to build the capacity of the youth and make them more aware of the way in which our governance system can be used more to their advantage.
Thank you very much. On the topic of the election and basically political issues, how is the NCC using the context of KNUSD? How is the NCC educating students? How are they going about it? I would like to know more.
Well, to be perfectly frank, the way in which we operate for in-school youth is by the development of civic education clubs. We have 5,000 of these clubs all over the country, mostly in secondary schools, but also in basic schools. And going forward, we intend to revive our civic education clubs in tertiary institutions as well. Last week, we did a program at Legon, which was targeted at the civic education clubs there, targeted at students' youth leadership at Legon. And we intend to do the same thing for KNUST and for other tertiary institutions in the Ashanti region, broadly speaking, to introduce civic education clubs and to use the clubs as a spear, if you like, to get access to a broader range of young people and introduce them to the civic education that we intend to provide.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Brobe, wrapping up, how do you think we can sustain the NCC and make it more relevant in the modern context?
Well, we we need support. And I don't mean financial support. We need support of the public. Civic education is for everyone. It's not just for the NCCE or our the teachers and the staff that support us to do our civic education clubs. Civic education is really a shared responsibility. So the more you support the NCCE, the more you attend our programs, the more you follow us on social media, the more you listen when you see us doing our interviews, the more our message will spread and the greater our resonance would be. So what we need from Ghanaians, what we need from citizens is just to support, show an interest in the political activities of your country. The democracy is for you. And Plato said, 2,000 years ago, or maybe even beyond that, that if you do not participate in your governance, you are going to end up being governed by people that are your inferiors. Nobody wants that. So as students, as people who are going to inherit this democracy, we want your participation, we want your interest, and we want your presence when we are engaging in our civic education efforts.
We would love to have a civic education club on campus. Personally, I was the president for the civic education club. Yes, 2022 Wesley Girls.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
I think we are always amazed when we go to government programs, for example, and we meet former civic education club members. So, for example, the former Deputy Minister of Finance, Abnao Masari, she was in the Civic Education Club in Wesley Girls when she was there. And so was Mubarak, Kujotoa Blakwa, Mutula Mohammed. I mean, they were all products of civic education clubs. So I think bringing it here to KNUST would be fantastic, both for NCCE and also for the students' body. Yes. Okay. So thank you very much for the time. And hopefully this is the first of many such engagements going forward as we seek to renew civic education in the tertiary institutions in the Ashanti region.
Thank you very much.